Te kura whare is a metaphor for hope, for justice, and for truth and peace, which is what we desire.
I think the future always demands a stretch of us, the human race. If we are not stretching, improving, and extending ourselves, we risk death. So Te Kura Whare was this admission that there are great things that are beyond ourselves, and we should always be open to them. It was also about having enough talk. We're over-talked, we're overthinked, we're over-planned, and Te Kura Whare was just this action. If I spend most of my day talking about what's good for the land, what am I actually putting in the land? How am I proving to myself, let alone anybody else, that we are excellent kaitiaki, excellent people of the land?
There's a general consensus that if anything positive is to come out of this pandemic, it will be the opportunity to just stop, take a breath, reflect, and reset.
Yes, but more important than that is action. We can ponder, we can appreciate, and we can be grateful for what we have. And all of that needs to be translated into action, where our destiny is by deliberate change and action, not by chance.
One of the things that we'll be forever grateful to COVID and lockdown for is the way all of the distractions and all of the small stuff, it all fell away. Suddenly, all of these things we had been disagreeing on, they all just evaporated. And the things that mattered was looking after people who needed to be looked after, knowing how people were feeling and whether they were okay. And that big fence between you and the next door neighbour, it's been mightier than thou prior to COVID. Nah, just jump over it.
I suppose the scary thing about this is that people will just go back to being pre-COVID people. You know, whilst there are those who want to be innovative and drive a better future, humans are creatures of habit, and we will go back to our comfort zones.
We've never been driven as Tūhoe people by the persuasion of a majority vote. We act on what we feel and believe is the right thing to do. Things need to be changed for the good of humanity and the good of the world and for the good of our children. We're not seeking a mandate from a majority. The only majority that one requires is courage.
We all pursue balance. And so once you can observe what is the living system of nature and the role that everything plays in it, whether it's moss or rock or worm or human, then we can see the everlasting way to go. Everything from a community sense of belonging and joy through to livelihoods exists in your backyard. And so if we can find the right material that's purpose is made for eroding material, and that creates a livelihood opportunity for people in Tūhoe communities, then maybe that is a way of achieving balance.
I was reading some notes about tall oil pitch. I wonder where that came from or how that came about.
We did a worldwide search with some scientist friends that we made. And then we discovered that product, and we worked on tweaking it to suit this purpose for Te Urawera. And we're at a point now that we are very confident that we should do this, and that the trial the continuation of the trial is something really worthwhile. We do see an end to oil and to petrochemicals and the demands of a new way of transport, a new way of roading, a new way of living. So that's what we've done. We've invested time and effort in discovering a new way of doing things and offer it to the country and to the world.
It's about hope. It's about generosity. It's about waking up in the morning and feeling good. That gives you the best chance of being the best mum and the best dad. Or we need to replace the very foundation that raises your spirit the moment you get out of bed. It gives us the best chance of community. One of the things about Te Kura Whare is we're currently the largest photovoltaic setup in the country. And so how do we use that to power up communities and thereby create an affordable living standard? So we've got more time for each other.
Is Aotearoa New Zealand brave or even mature enough to think in this way?
I think we are. I think our population of 5 million allows us to dream and to see things within our lifetime. That is quite a privilege, you know. And living in a universe filled with wonderment, we cannot accept that the only thing we've managed so far is mediocrity. And so iwi are in a position to be able to provide Aotearoa New Zealand with a huge step forward in imagining a new world and a new society.
Unity drives action. I have seen it all of the time work that way. The powerful thing that COVID did was unify our needs and our wants at a global level in a way we have never experienced before. It didn't matter what sport you played, whether you were a vegan or a meat eater. Our wants were the same. Our wants were home, our wants were family, our wants were neighbours. When we are sharing life experiences in the same way, our actions become a lot more common sense. Our needs and our wants are aligned. And so COVID gave us that experience. We should take as much value as we can out of that.